Good morning, children. Yeah, let's go to the science class. We'll start with a prayer. Close your eyes. Pray nicely. Now see what is happening. Again, the condition is becoming very pathetic, isn't it? Pray nicely. Or close your eyes. Oh God, bless all of us so that we may learn the subjects better and do our duties well. Yes. So, today, again, till now we were learning about us, about the human beings, the different food items, what they are eating, the nutritious food. Then, the next chapter also about us only, about the different organs, the organ systems, about our teeth, isn't it? Now, again, in this chapter, we are moving to the next one, next living thing, about animals. We are going to learn about the animals in this chapter. So, the first three chapters were about us. Again, this chapter onwards, we are going to see in this chapter, which will change from us. So, we have changed into the next one, the next living thing, that is the animals. We are going to see where do the animals live, what are the different living conditions, situations, how do they live, and their eating habits. That's what we are going to see in this chapter. Yes, so let's go to the chapter. So before that, we have to see two terms, two new terms are given in this about the animals itself, and the chapter name itself you can see a term is given. What is it? What does it? Adaptations. Adaptations in animals. So what we will see first, what is this adaptation? What's the term meaning of adaptation? Yes. Then we are that is one more thing we are going to see. The first one. Can you see it? What is written here? It is written here, habitats. Yes, habitat means, the term habitat means the place where, if habitat of the human being means the place where we live. Okay, same way, habitat of animals, if I write here, the place where the animals live, the place where they are, that is called that is known as the habitat. Yes, now we know that the place where we are, we live in the house. We have a very protective area, we build houses. But do the animals build houses? Do all the animals they have houses? No, they don't have houses, but they are living. Some will be in the caves, some will live under the trees, isn't it? Some will be in the thick forest plants, inside it they'll be living. Yes? Yes. So that place where the animals live, that place of that animals or whatever creatures, that is known as the habitat. Where they are living, that is known as the habitat. Did you get the term habitat? Now habitat of animals means where the animals are living, the place where the animals are. Habitat of plants, where the plants are, like that. Habitat of birds. In the last year we have seen the habitat of birds, that is the place where the birds live. The birds live mostly on the trees. Same way now here we have seen the habitat of animals. And all the animals are not in the same area. It won't be very good areas. Some will be in the very cold regions. Some will be living in the hot regions. Some will be in the thick forest areas. Yes, animals mostly of them. Yes. So, according to that, very cold and all, like us, they don't wear clothes or don't have anything like that to cover their body. So, but they have some specialities in their body, or they'll show some behavior changes in all animals. So all the animals are not in the same areas. So what is it? If they are in the hot regions, so to be in that hot region, to live in that hot region, the animals will be having some special features to be in that area, to survive in that area. Could you understand? Then some animals will be in very cold regions or ice regions. Can you name any of the animals one white color. Have you seen it? Polar bear. Yeah, that. So how do they live in that very cold regions? Have you seen a polar bear? Can you give me any features of it? Yeah, their body will be covered with thick fur. Yes. So like that, each of the animals, there will be some features in them, or they will show some behaviors in them. Special behaviors also they will show. So that changes in them, that special features to be fitted in that area. In that what condition is that area to be adjusted to that area, they have some special features. That special features which help them to be in that area, that is known as the adaptation. How are they adapted in that area? That is what the term called adaptation. How do they adjust in that area? That special feature which help them to, or behaviors what they show to adjust in that area where they are according to their habitat. That special features, it is called the adaptation. Did you understand it? So these two terms you understood. Habitat means where the animals, the place where the animals live. It is called the habitat. And adaptation means what? According to the habitat, the animals show some special features in them. They will be having some special features to get adjusted to that area. Yes, to get adapted to that area. That special features or behavior, what they show, it is called the adaptation. Yes. Now, the adaptation in all the animals, it won't be the same. According to that area, it differs. Their behavior also will differ. So, that's what you are going to learn in this chapter. Understood? So, that is what the first thing what is telling. Now, it helps them. This adaptation, this special features, they need it. Then only they will be able to live in that area properly. So, for what? They to live in a proper place, they need to find out a food. All those things they need to get adapted into that area. So, they will have some special features. So, that is what we are going to see again. Now, adaptation in the animals according to their animals, it will differ. That is what we are going to see. According to their habitat where they are, it differs. Clear? So, that is what we are going to see in this next one. So, adaptation according to the place where they live, it differs. That is what we have seen. Their features will differ according to the area where they are. In the first one, they are telling there are some animals who live in groups. Wherever they go, also they will be in group. They will move only in groups. As a group only, they will, if they want to find out food, or if they want to drink water for every purposes, they will be moving in a group. Like that, there are some animals. Can you give examples for some animals that they will move only in the groups? No, they will move only in the groups. They won't go single, if any, and like that. That is going. That is the first one adaptation. We can say elephant. They will anakuta. They will be moving only in the groups, even to find shelter, even to go find food, to drink water. All those they will move in the groups. They can protect, so that they can protect themselves from the enemies. If anything is coming to hunt them and all, they can protect themselves because they are a huge group. It is given in your textbook, page number 22. You can take there, you can see there some animals, how they move in groups. Can you see it? Page number 22, you can see adaptation of animals according to their habitats. What are they given there? The first one they are given herds of bison. Herd of bison. Bison. Can you see it? Then herd of elephants. Herd of elephants. The group name. You might have studied in the English grammar. The group. What is a group name? The collective noun. Yes. So that group of bison, we call it as a herd. Then this elephants, they also move in groups. What is it? That is a herd of elephants. Again, you can see the deer. Here, horses. Horses you can see that also we are calling the group is called as a herd of horses. Then fish. Fish is not given as herd. Instead, their group name is shoal. Shoal of fish. Then birds. Birds also move. You can see evening time. Mostly evening time. The time and all you can see a group. As a group, they will fly. Have you seen it? Otherwise again, no. Tomorrow evening you go look up in the sky you can see some birds moving in group. Yes, that is a flock of birds. The group name is flock. Now see, you can see the group name also, the collective noun there you can find. So these are some of the animals that are moving in. They live in groups. They are living in groups for to protect, so that they can protect themselves and their young ones from their enemies. So that is one type of special features of some animals. Okay, some animals like this, they live in groups. But in the same like that, there are some animals, they don't want to live in group. Okay, they live alone. They'll find their own food, they find their own shelter. Like that, there are some animals like that also. Some animals are like that, they will be living in groups. But there are some, that is another feature of the some animals. They will live alone. That is the second feature. Some animals are there that live alone. So they go up hunting for alone. Like that, they live alone. So that is one example you can give. Lion, tiger. Yes, and it is given in your picture again here. Tiger, leopard, bear. All these animals are living alone. Yes, they can also protect themselves even when they are alone. So these are some animals that live alone. So second feature, one adaptation is the animals living in groups. Second one, there are animals that live alone. They will go for hunting. They go for finding food, shelter, everything alone because they are confident that they can protect themselves. You know the tiger. Tiger is very strong, isn't it? Then leopard, the fastest animal, cheetah, all these are living alone because they are very confident they can protect themselves. Yes, so that is the second feature, the second adaptation of the animals according to the place where they are. Again, the third one, we are moving to a cold region, very cold areas. The Arctic regions. Yes, in that areas there are some animals. If you have seen the Animal Planet channel or Discovery channel and all, you have to see the cold regions, animals like polar bear. There are some other animals also living in the cold regions. Find out some more examples for them. So that is your work for today. That is, find out other than the polar bear, some other animals, two more animals which live in the cold regions. Yes. And identify the feature. The body feature is also different. They have special features to protect themselves in the cold area, from the cold. Okay. So what is the difference from the other animals? In this, animals living in the cold regions. Yes, that is the work you can do today. Is it clear? Yes. So what is it? Find out two more animals that live in the cold regions. Yes, and what is the speciality of the body speciality to be adapted to that cold regions? Did you get it? So this will be your work. Yes. So what is it? Animals that live in the cold regions. One feature is given already here that I won't say. You just read it out, find it out by yourself. The polar bear. One animal is a polar bear. Other than that, you have to find out two more. Okay. Now here about the polar bear, they are telling that during the winter season, you know what is the winter season? Winter season is very, very, very cold. So that time and all, what is it? Sometimes animals which live in extreme cold regions, they will eat a lot. They will eat a lot, and when it's winter season, it's very cold, they can't go out. That time, they will go for the winter sleep. It is said they will go for a long sleep. They will eat a lot. After that, they will go for a long sleep. And that feature of that polar bear going for a winter sleep during the cold time, It is called hibernation. Hibernation or winter sleep. Okay, that is to protect, to avoid that cold climate in the winter, which is very cold. Already it is a cold region and it is winter season, means very cold. So to avoid the cold climate in winter, what will they do? They will eat a lot. After that, they till that winter season is over, they will be in a long sleep. And that long sleep, winter sleep, is called the hibernation. And that is in which animal you can see that? That is in the polar bear. So this happens in the cold regions. Other than this, you find out any two animals living in cold regions and also their body features. It is given here, but you find out. Okay, so that is the third one. So for the first adaptation is what? There are some animals. What's the adaptation? What's the special feature of them? They live in groups. Yeah. Second one, some animals, they don't want in group and all. They live alone because they're very confident that they can protect themselves. They can find the food by themselves. All those. Third one is what? In the cold regions, the polar bear, they have a specialty that to avoid this cold climate during the winter season, they will go for a long sleep. And that long sleep during the winter season is called the hibernation. Ready? Yes. Again, we will come to the hot climate. Hot regions. Very hot regions, very dry land, no water. What is that land known as? What we call that land? There is no water, there are no plants that much. Very scarcely we can see some water somewhere. Fully sand. What is it? Desert. Yes. Is there any desert in our country? Yes. Where is it? The Thar desert. One desert is there in our country. In India, there is a desert. That is Thar desert in the state Rajasthan. Yes. In Rajasthan, there is Thar desert. And there we can find an animal. That animal you can find out. Which is that animal? We call that animal as a ship of the desert. Yes, that is a camel. Camel. Now, how do these camels? Now, can you go in that hot desert for a long time? Can you go and stay there? Even here in the summer season, you are not able to afford that hot climate. Isn't it? Now, the common animals also, they cannot afford. Yes, but this camel, they are the main main animal in that desert area. How are they able to live? You see, there is no water also that much. Then how do they survive in that area? That is what we are going to see. Have you seen a camel? It is in the picture. Yeah, it's very tall. Then you can see a hunch on the back of them. Their legs, have you seen? Very long legs. Yes. So, how do they walk with that bare leg? How can you walk? Will you walk? The hot sand, can you walk? No, you won't be able to keep one foot at least properly. Isn't it? You have to put shoes somewhere and all. But how do these camels walk? Yes, the camels on the foot and on their feet, they have some pad. Their feet is padded feet. They have something to. They are covered with it. It's called the padded feet. It is given in the picture here. They have thick pads under their feet to protect them from that hot sand. That is why they are able to walk through the hot sand. That is one feature of the animals. That is a camel. Maybe the camels which are living in the hot regions. So hot regions, the main animal that live in the hot region is camel. So how do they adapt to the hot region? The camel. Camel is an example. I write here. They have padded feet. They have thick pads on their feet to protect them from the hot sand. That is why they are able to walk. Again, one more thing is they are not able to, they will not get water also like this. Food or water, they also. So, and you can see a back. You might have thought that it will be beaten by somebody, that is why that became. No. It is actually stored food in it. Stored food means it is a fat in it, which when they needed this thing, water and all, it will change. That is consumed, that is taken. That's what it is given. So that is what that hunchback. So these are the features of the animals that live in the hot regions. So one is parrot feet, they are hunchback, which makes that which will help them to have the food. That is a fat content in it, which is changing into their food and water whenever it is necessary for them. So, is it clear till here? So till here is enough for you today. So these are some of the special features of the animals who lives in different areas according to their habitat. That is, one is there are some animals live in groups. Then some of them live alone. Then the animal that live in the cold region, polar bear, they have a long sleep to avoid the cold climate, and that sleep is called the hibernation. Then some animals live in the hot region, the camels. They have special features. Adapted. How are they adapted? They are adapted by their thick pads on their feet to avoid the hot climate. Yes. Again, one more I will tell and I will stop. One more is this. That is the term migration. Migration. Now, here, mainly in the cold countries and all, when it is very cold time, some animals, some birds and all, they will not be able to afford that cold time. So that time, some of the birds, even the animals also, they will move from that area to another country, even to another country. There is a bird like that, from Siberia. When Siberia is very cold, that time they will be moving. They will be flying from Siberia to our country, come to our country during that time. They fly to our country. Okay, so to avoid the cold time, and after that they will move again back to that country. Yes. There are birds and animals like that. They move from that area to a hot region till that season is over. To another country or any other place, they'll move. And that kind of birds and animals which move from one place to another to avoid this climate, avoid this severe climate. That is called the migration. Malayalam will say Deshadanam. Deshadana kiligal, Deshadana pakshigal. Yes, so that kind of birds or animals which move from one place to another, from one country to another also, to avoid the severe climate changes in that area. What is it? That movement is known as the migration, and that animals that move like that, they are called the migratory animals or migratory birds. One bird is Siberian crane. Siberian crane, crane that will be moving from Siberia to India, where it is cold region, to avoid that severe cold. Okay, so like that there are many other birds which move from one place to another to avoid that cold climate. So that adaptation is known as the migration. So till here is enough today. So first till here 5 features we have seen. So till there you have to read till page number 23. Okay, so that is enough for you today, and you hope you remember the work what is given. Yes, so thank you children. Till page number 23, read it and come for the next class. Thank you children. Have a nice day.